Dear friends, once again we are meeting after a gap of 1 week, and in the last period we have completed almost all the antenna. While completing the antenna, we covered the basic action of antenna, how antenna works, what are the types of antenna. Then we have studied half-wave dipole antenna, Yagi antenna, and also the dish type of antenna. Friends, we are aware that the transmitting antenna is connected to the transmitter where modulated radio frequency signal is converted into electromagnetic radiation, and then from that the electromagnetic radiation will propagates, travels from transmitting antenna inner space till the receiving antenna interrupt it. Receiving antenna interrupt the electromagnetic radiations containing the information which it carried away, convert it again back into the radio frequency signal which is coupled to the receiver. Friends, we studied the transmitting antenna, we studied the receiving antenna. Now we are interested to study what happens in between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna in a space. Once the transmitting antenna radiates the information in the form of modulated signal as a electromagnetic waves in a space until up to the receiving antenna intercepts in a space, the motion of electromagnetic radiation carrying the information between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna in a space is known as radio wave propagation. Means the electrical energy that contains the information in the field of electric field as well as in the field of magnetic field that travels between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna in a space, and that's what we can call it as it is the radio wave propagation. Friends, we are going to study the same that is known as the radio wave propagation. Propagation means motion. Propagation means traveling of the radiation between what? Between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna. For what purpose? The purpose is that it carries the information, message, views, expressions, opinions which we have studied in the topic number first from transmitter towards the receiver. What happens within that particular path? Whether it directly reaches to the receiving antenna or whether it is going to suffer any problems. All those aspects we are going to study in the title known as radio wave propagation. Friends, radio wave propagation thus means the electrical energy that escapes into the free space containing electromagnetic waves known as the radio waves. These electromagnetic radiation contains half electric field and half magnetic field which are at a right angle to each other, and both of them propagates in a directional perpendicular to the direction of the propagation of the electric field as well as the magnetic field. This is represented in this particular diagram. Friends, these are a vector representation of the electric field and magnetic field. This is the direction of electric field, whereas this one is the direction of magnetic field. Both are at 90 degree with each other, which are represented in this particular aspect. So all these directions representing the electric field, whereas these directions represents the magnetic field. This forms a plane of propagation. This contains the information to be transmitted. This contains the modulated radio frequency signal. Whereas the plane of propagation of electromagnetic radiation is perpendicular to electric field as well as the magnetic field. So this is the direction which is perpendicular to electric field as well as the magnetic field in which the radio wave propagates. Friends, this right hand rule is being represented to propagation of the radio waves. If the curled finger represents the electric field, molded finger represents the magnetic field, and the thumb represents the propagation of electric field as well as the magnetic field. So this is the process that is adopted in a space when the electromagnetic energy containing half electric field and half magnetic field both are at right angle to with each other, and also they are propagating at right angle to both. Friends, the plane in which the electric field resides, that plane in a space is known as plane of polarization. Means this is the electric field, this is the plane in which almost all the electrical field exists. This plane we can call it as it is the plane of polarization. If the electrical field is in a vertical plane, then it is called as vertical plane of polarized. And if the electric field is in a horizontal plane, then the radiations are called as horizontally polarized. Friends, these electromagnetic radiations or waves are transverse in nature. You have studied two types of the waves. One is the longitudinal waves and second is the transverse waves. Out of that, these electromagnetic radiation that carries the energy in the form of electric field as well as a magnetic field are transverse in nature. The plane in which parallel to mutually perpendicular electrical and magnetic field is called as the wavefront. The wave travels normal to the wavefront. Friends, by knowing all these aspects of the electromagnetic radiation that propagates between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna, one can understood that almost all the properties of the electromagnetic radiations are same as that of properties of the light radiations that travels in a space. Friends, all these properties you have studied in physics. That is plane of polarization, then wavefront. All those are well associated with you from the point of view of physics. So all those concepts are applied here when the electrical energy that escapes in a free space from transmitting antenna containing half electric field, half magnetic field, both are at right angle to each other and that travels in a directional perpendicular to the propagation of the electric field as well as the magnetic field, to which we can call it as it is a direction of the wavefront. Now we are going to study what are the different paths which are made available to carry the modulated signal from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna. The way by means of which the transmitted energy carried towards the receiving antenna is known as path of propagation. There are several paths of propagations are available in a space through which the information is carried from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna. The wave carries the energy from transmitter towards the receiver. After being reflection from the ionosphere at a very large distance from the Earth's surface are known as the sky waves. Friends, diagrammatically, we can represent the paths of propagation in this particular way. The one of the path for which we are now speaking is regarding the sky waves. So if you look to Earth's surface, this is the curved Earth surface. Above 100 to 300 kilometer height in a space above the Earth's surface, there exists an ionospheric layer. And if the transmitting antenna transmits the electromagnetic energy carrying the signal, reaches to ionosphere, and if they will be reflected from the ionosphere, and then they will be intercepted by means of a receiving antenna, this path of propagation of the electromagnetic energy from transmitting antenna reaching to the ionosphere and reflected back towards the receiving antenna is known as the propagation done by means of the sky waves. There are some of the radiation which reaches to the height in between ionosphere and that of the space. At the height around about 100 kilometer or 90 kilometer, that layer we can call it as it is a tropospheric layer. If the radiations reaches to the height of tropospheric layer, after that they will carry the energy to the receiving antenna. Those waves are known as the tropospheric waves. There are some of the radiations which directly travels from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna, from this to this. This represents the transmitting antenna, whereas this represents the receiving antenna. And the wave travels directly from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna. It is called as the direct wave. There are some of the radiation that carries the energy by reflecting from the Earth's surface. That means this particular path of propagation. It is called as ground reflected wave, or it is also called as indirect wave. This wave carries the energy after reflection from the ground, and the combination of direct wave and ground reflected wave are also treated as the space waves. There are some of the radiation that travels the energy by touching to the Earth's surface, just by touching to the Earth's surface up to the receiving antenna. Those waves are called as the surface waves. Those are called as the surface waves. Means these are the different types of the waves that carry the electromagnetic energy from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna through the several paths of propagation, especially via surface waves or via ground waves, ground reflected waves, direct waves, tropospheric waves, space waves, and also by means of an sky waves. So these are the different paths of propagation which will be followed when the signal is transmitted from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna in a space. Friends, same we are going to elaborate with it in a descriptive aspect. The wave radiated from transmitting antenna reaches to the receiving antenna by traveling through the several paths of propagation. Obviously, we have studied just now. The wave carries the energy from transmitter to the receiver after reflection from the ionosphere is called as a sky wave. A wave that reaches to the receiving antenna after reflection from the troposphere is known as a tropospheric wave. A part of energy that travels in a line of sight from transmitting antenna to the receiving antenna is known as a direct wave. The wave travels after reflection from the ground or Earth's surface is termed as the ground reflected wave. These are also subdivided in a space wave and the surface wave. The space wave comprises direct wave and as well as the ground reflected wave. The surface waves propagates along the surface of the earth. So all these wave pattern we are just represented in this particular paths of propagating diagram. Friends, to proceed further, now we are going to study one of the type of propagation of the radio wave, and that is known as the ground wave. As we have studied that ground waves are the waves that carries the energy by touching to the surface of the earth, provided that if the distance between transmitting and receiving antenna is very less, and also if the height of transmitting and receiving antenna is very less, that is very close to the earth's surface. Means the ground waves are used to carry the information between transmitting and receiving antenna, provided the height of transmitting and receiving antenna are very close to the earth's surface and the distance between transmitting and receiving antenna is less. Also, these waves are responsible to carry the energy provided the frequency of transmitter is less and power of the transmitter is less. When all these conditions are satisfied, then the ground waves are responsible to carry the information between transmitting and receiving antenna very close to the earth's surface. These signals are almost all vertically polarized because almost all horizontal components are grounded to the earth, short circuited to the earth. As a being, earth behaves like a good conductor and it is going to act as the leaky capacitor, which is a parallel combination of resistance and capacitor. These wave will broadcast at low frequency within a broadcast region. As already explained you, this communication by means of these waves is possible provided if the transmitter frequency is less. So that's why we can say they are used to communicate within the broadcast region and at low frequencies. These wave carries the energy only during the daytime. During night time, these waves are absent. Please remember these particular sentences. The low frequency carrying signal only during the daytime, which are absent during the night time, which travels by touching to the earth's surface, provided the distance between transmitting and receiving antenna is less, and also height of transmitting antenna are very close to the earth's surface, then the signal information carried away by means of ground waves are sometimes known as the surface waves because they travels by touching to the earth's surface, which are totally vertically polarized waves. When these waves progresses, they introduces the electrical field which induces the charges in the earth surface. These charges will travel along with the wave that contributes the current. By theory, we can say that rate of change of electrical charges is called as the current. Here, when these wave travels, they introduces the electric field introduces the charges in the earth, but when this wave travels, these charges will be carried away. During its carrying the charges, they will be converted into the electrical current. Here, as already told you, earth behaves like a leaky capacitor. in carrying this particular current, and which is going to act as a parallel combination of resistance and capacitor. The field strength received by the receiving antenna from the transmitting antenna is given as E is equal to A into E0 upon R, where capital E is the field strength measured at any point near the receiving antenna. E0 is the field strength measured at a unit distance from transmitting antenna. R is the distance between transmitting antenna and receiving antenna. A is the constant which is used to account the ground losses, and the value of A is going to depend upon Earth's conductivity, Earth's dielectric constant, frequency transmitted by the transmitter, and also the distance between transmitter and receiver as represented by small r. So A represents the ground losses to be taken into account. E0 is the field strength measured at a unit distance from transmitting antenna. E0 is generally measured at a distance of 1 kilometer, 1 mile from the transmitting antenna. That's what we can call it as a unit distance. The value of E0 is given as E0 is equal to 300 D into root of P. P is the power transmitted by the transmitting antenna. D is the directivity. By knowing the directivity of antenna, by knowing the power transmitted by the transmitting antenna, one can determine the E0. By knowing E0 and the distance between transmitting and receiving antenna, obviously with taking care of ground losses represented by A, we can calculate total field strength at the receiving antenna. Furthermore, we can say one can calculate the field strength at the receiving antenna. While traveling these waves, they introduces the charges, and these charges are carried away from transmitting antenna towards the receiving antenna in the form of the vector which may represent in a space. This is how the ground waves are responsible to carry the signal from transmitting antenna toward the receiving antenna, to which we can call it as it is the ground wave propagation. Friends, that's all about introduction of the radio wave propagation, types of different radio wave which are used to carry the signal from transmitter to the receiver, what are the different paths which are used to carry the energy between transmitting and receiving antenna, and also we have studied one of the wave of the propagation, and that is known as the ground wave propagation. So that's all about today's lecture. Next time we'll go for next type of the propagation of the radio wave.